It's easy to point your mind. Good question. You point your mind in a silent state when you understand that you are overthinking. Listen to what you said. I want you to catch it. Overthinking, follow the trend. You're an overthinker that needs to go back to the silence because your overthinking started in silence. So what you got to understand is you must tell your mind, know that you're overthinking. It's in the title. See, I think people, when you start paying attention to the things that you say, then you'll begin to heal properly. Catch it. You're a overthinker, meaning you think too much. And if you know you think too much, then you can't believe what you're overly doing. You're an over drinker. You're an overeater. Look at listen to the terms of this. Overeater means you're doing too much. You're going past the norm. If you are overthinking, you cannot believe. You must know that this is some type of, this is not healthy. This is not healthy. Overthinking. So once you realize that, the only issue that you have is you believe what you overthink. The other problem that you have is you identify with overthinking. You have made you the overthinker. Not understanding that's just your mind at work. So you took your conscious you and put it into your mind, and you have now identified with that. So you are for surely only going to exist in overthinking scenarios. This is why you can't sit silent, because you have identified as an overthinker. So you only find existence in overthinking. You only find the identity in overthinking. You only find identity in chaos. So that's the issue that a lot of people have with sitting in silence. They identify with another part of themselves, and they have to create that in order to feel like they're alive. So you have identified as an overthinker, so you're only going to function in overthinking. You must understand that you are the silence. The issue that you have is in silence, you think you need some type of direction, because it's uncomfortable to just sit there. Because when you sit there, what happens? And you trying to catch which one am I supposed to think? Well, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just sit here? Yes, because you're trying to live in your head, and you're trying to solve mysteries in your mind, not understanding your mind is the only thing on earth that can lie to you more than anything. Your mind is hey, what's going on? Your mind is the worst liar you'll ever meet in your life. Your mind creates an ego. That ego is what you're allowing to govern your life, which will have you out here responding to false things that are not happening. So, end of the day, you cannot attach or associate with your mind, because your mind is that's what's causing you the problem. So you have to disassociate with your mind. When you let go of your mind, you can live in the spiritual world. You become a spiritual being when you deassociate with the mind. So when you say, I am an overthinker, you have became the thought process. You must understand you are none of the above. You are the observer. You are the seer. There's nothing happening in your mind, only the part that you don't want to. The only thing is you can't control what pops up. That's your only beef. But that's the issue. You have lived more up here than you have lived out here. You have created a treehouse in here instead of living out here. Why? Because once upon a time, it was all hell broken loose out here. So this was your escape. You never unpacked from here to realize you've already got the world that you want. That's why a lot of people have a hard time disassociating with their mind, because this is where they once upon a time found refuge at. They found refuge. Your mask that you wore once upon a time got you what you want, so you try to rebuild that as well. So you got to understand, that's the beef. You found refuge in here, and it's now turning on you. It's not giving you the same results that you once were getting. Well, you should have never. But you got to also realize you only was in here because you couldn't understand what was going on out here. So what you're trying to do is stay going in here, so you don't have to deal with what's going on here. But this is where the issue is coming in at. You understand what I'm saying? You must disassociate with what you believe here and live here. And how do you live here? Just be still and be, and you will get the direction. Do you understand? So this is how you learn how to live in silence, is stop attaching yourself to your mind. You're the observer of your mind. You're watching TV. What's up with you? You're watching TV and you think that you're one of the actors. No, you're not. You're watching the TV. That's like being afraid of the horror movies. You understand what I'm saying? Understand. That's like watching horror movies and you be scared and nervous, forgetting the fact that you're looking at actors When you look at the movie and you believe the movie and your conscience and soul and everything is attached to this movie, you act as if you're in it. That's why it comes so suspenseful and scary. And that's why you jump too, because you have became a part of the movie, because your attention and energy is all geared into one place. So this is why you're scared of the movie. But when you detach from it is when you realize they also say cut and action, and there's a big light hanging over them, and then there's people standing out behind the scenes behind them, and after they finish with that, they take the mask off and they talk and go have lunch and all that. When you realize these are actors, you disassociate from the horror film. That's the same thing with your mind. You believe the movies that's going on in your head. You have not learned to disassociate yourself from your mind. So that's why you have struggling with overthinking. Get it?